Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Everyday English Listening. I'm Mark from mksenglish.com. Today, we're talking about something spooky, fun, and full of history. Halloween. Maybe you celebrate Halloween, or maybe you've only seen it in movies. Kids wearing costumes, pumpkins with faces, and people saying trick or treat. But where did this strange and exciting holiday come from? Let's go back in time and find out. Halloween didn't start in America. It began in Europe more than 2,000 years ago. The ancient Celts, who lived in what is now Ireland, the UK, and northern France, celebrated a festival called Samhain. Samhain marked the end of summer and the beginning of winter, a time when days became shorter and colder. The Celts believed that on the night of October 31st, the boundary between the living and the dead became thin. They thought that ghosts could return to the earth that night. To protect themselves, people made big bonfires and wore animal skins or masks to scare away the spirits. They also left food outside their homes to make the ghosts happy so they wouldn't cause any trouble. So you can see, even from the start, costumes and treats were obviously part of this tradition. When the Romans conquered the Celtic lands, they brought their own festivals. One of them honored Pomona, the Roman goddess of fruit and trees, and her symbol was the apple. That's why some holiday traditions today, for example, bobbing for apples, might come from those old Roman customs. It's amazing how holidays can mix and change over time, isn't it? So later, the Christian church wanted to replace Samhain with a more religious celebration. In the 8th century, the church created All Saints' Day, also called All Hallows Day, to honor spirits and martyrs. The night before it, October 31st, also became known as All Hallows Eve. Over time, people started saying Halloween instead of All Hallows Eve. So the name we use today comes directly from that church holiday. Next, let's talk about how Halloween traveled from Europe to America. Well, in the 1800s, many Irish immigrants came to the United States, especially after the Irish potato famine. They brought their own Halloween customs with them, and soon American families began to celebrate too. But in America, the holiday started to change. People used pumpkins instead of turnips, like they used to use, to make lanterns, because pumpkins were easier to carve and they looked brighter. That's how jack-o'-lanterns became the symbol of Halloween. The name jack-o'-lantern comes from an old Irish tale about a man called Stingy Jack, who tricked the devil and had to wander the earth forever with only a burning coal inside a carved-out turnip to light his way. Pretty spooky, right? So, how about trick-or-treating and the modern traditions? Let's talk about that. The tradition of trick-or-treating began in the early 1900s, but it didn't become popular until the 1950s. Children would dress up in costumes, go from house to house, and say, of course, trick or treat. The idea was that if you don't give them candy, they might play a small little trick on you. But don't worry, it's all for fun. Today, Halloween is a mix of ancient customs, European folklore, and American creativity. Some decorate their houses with spiders, skeletons, and ghosts, carve pumpkins, and go to parties dressed as anything from a witch to a superhero. Even adults enjoy Halloween now. It's not just for kids. Halloween is becoming more popular all around the world, too. In Japan, people enjoy costume events and Halloween parties, especially at theme parks like Tokyo and Disneyland. In Mexico, they have a special holiday called Day of the Dead, which happens around the same time, November 1st and November 2nd. It's a celebration to remember family members who have passed away. I think Disney even made a movie about it, right? So while it's different, it shares the same idea: honoring the dead and celebrating life. Okay, guys, so now let's review some of today's key Halloween words. Ghost. A ghost is a spirit of a dead person. Costume. Clothing you wear to look like something or someone else. Pumpkin. A large orange fruit used for Halloween decorations. Jack-o'-lantern. A carved pumpkin with a face and candle inside. Trick or treat. This is what children say when they ask for candy. Bonfire. A very large outdoor fire used for celebrations. And lastly, spirit. Another word for ghost or soul. Try to remember these words and maybe even use them in your next English Halloween conversation. Alright guys, let's recap. So Halloween is more than just candy and costumes. It's a holiday that connects ancient traditions, religious history, and modern fun. From the Celts and Romans to today's trick-or-treaters, people have always used this time of year to face their fears and celebrate the change of seasons. Next time you see a pumpkin or spooky decoration, you'll know that there is over 2,000 years of history behind it. Thanks for listening to this episode. Don't let your English haunt you. Take a lesson with me at mksenglish.com and make learning fun. I'm Mark, wishing you a happy Halloween, and see you in the next episode. Trick or treat!